Your subconscious mind controls 95% of your thoughts, behaviors, and decisions. And the scary part, most of it was programmed before you were even 7 years old. If you've ever felt stuck or unable to change certain behaviors, self-sabotage, or wondered why you're just going in a loop, repeating the same things in your life, it's not your fault. It's your subconscious mind at work. But the good news is you can rewire it. And in this video, I'm going to show you how. Now, in case you're new here, I'm Marielle, a global speaker and certified NLP and hypnotherapy coach. And I'm going to show you how your subconscious mind was programmed, probably without you even realizing it. And I'm also going to show you why it's likely keeping you stuck. And then I'll share the exact steps that I've used to rewire my own mind to overcome fear and create a life I love. And I know this works because I've used it to overcome my lifelong fear of public speaking. And I've even used it to relocate from London to New York City, something I was able to manifest in just a few months using the techniques that I'm going to share with you today. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel so that more people can hear about what I'm going to teach today. In hypnotherapy training, I learned that from birth to age 7, our brain operates mostly in theta waves, which is the same as being in hypnosis, essentially meaning that we absorb everything, our beliefs, fears, and habits without even questioning it. So this means that your subconscious mind is essentially like a hard drive of your brain, storing all of your experiences, emotions, and deeply ingrained patterns and even trauma. So think about it. Did you ever hear things like money is hard to make, or money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to work twice as hard to be successful? These statements, heard repeatedly, get stored as facts in your subconscious mind. Even if they're not actually true, it's likely that this program is running in the background. So for me, I remember dreaming about moving to New York City when I went there on holiday with my sister. But back then, I felt like it was impossible to actually relocate there because I didn't know how, I didn't know anyone. I just knew that I had to be there. So I created a vision board, and every single day I started to close my eyes and see myself living and walking down the street in New York City, feeling the energy, even picturing myself living in an apartment overlooking the skyline. Fast forward just a few short months later, I found myself walking down the street, a brownstone street, and living my New York dream. And that exact scenario is something that I had imagined many, many times in my head. Was it luck? No, I had programmed my subconscious mind to make that vision my reality. Trust me, this stuff really works once you fully commit to it. Because your subconscious mind is either working for you, which is obviously what you want, or it's working against you. So it's really up to you to feed it what you want to come to life, because it really is powerful. So here are some common subconscious programming that actually limits you without you even realizing it. Number 1 is self-sabotage. You may say that you want to be successful, but deep down you may be afraid of it. Fear of failure or judgment is another one. So your subconscious may be protecting you to avoid you feeling any pain or discomfort. Another one is repeating bad habits. Have you ever wondered why you may be procrastinating or avoiding taking risks? Well, it's your subconscious mind trying to keep you safe and in your comfort zone. So for me, for instance, I used to dread public speaking. It was something that I really felt physically sick at even the thought of. I would shake, my voice would tremble, even at the thought of speaking to a room full of people. And I realized that this fear had come from a bad experience that happened to me when I was just 3 years old. I was at a big family wedding and I was invited on stage. So me being an innocent 3-year-old, I didn't know what was going on. So I got onto stage and I boldly said, "Happy birthday!" And the whole room erupted in laughter. And I was mortified and I literally wanted the ground to swallow me up. And my subconscious mind kicked in and it took it that, as a rule, speaking up is unsafe. So every time I had an opportunity to speak, my brain would just trigger danger and it would just stop me. But once I understood that that was just outdated programming, I was able to start rewiring that belief. And today I speak globally with audiences with confidence because I've done that inner work to let go and release that trauma. It's no longer holding me hostage. So if you want to change your results, you don't need more willpower. You need to rewire the subconscious beliefs or even trauma that may be running the show without you even realizing it, because it's just your default position. So here are 3 steps to rewire your subconscious mind. Now, you may want to write these down so that you could come back to them. And it is much more effective if you write in your own handwriting because you're going to trigger a different part of your brain. So step 1 is to identify your limiting beliefs. You can't change what you don't address, right? So write down the areas where you feel stuck. Is it around money, relationships, confidence? I love what Byron Katie says here. She has 4 questions. Is it true? Can you absolutely know that it's true? How do you react? What happens when you believe that thought? And who would you be without that thought? So for instance, for me, was it true that I couldn't speak in front of a large audience? Of course not. Was it true that I had to be nervous? Of course not. And who would I be if I let go of that thought? Well, I knew that I would be more confident and I would feel much more empowered. So I was ready to let go of that limiting thought. So I want to invite you to share with me, what is one limiting belief that you've had for years that you want to change? Let me know in the comments. So step 2 is to rewire your mind with NLP and hypnotherapy techniques. So one of my favorites is affirmations with a twist. So instead of saying I'm confident, that's fairly basic, right? Say, I'm becoming more confident every single day, because your subconscious mind is going to resist you trying to jump too far, right? So on top of this, you could also use visualization. Picture yourself already succeeding. This is how I was able to get to New York, right? It was just a pipe dream, but I made it real before it became real life, right? Self-hypnosis before bed. Listening to affirmations or a guided hypnosis to feed and flood your subconscious mind new beliefs while in a theta state. And by the way, let me know if you'd like me to create a hypnotherapy session for you. I'll be more than happy to do that because it is so powerful. And step 3 is to take action to reinforce the change, because your brain learns through action. And one of my favorite quotes is, an ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. And this is about emphasizing the importance of taking action rather than just thinking or theorizing. So if you're rewiring a belief that I am confident, you must start acting. Act as if you are confident before you even feel like it, because those steps, those small baby steps that you take, are going to compound over time. So I want to invite you to pick one small action step that you're going to take this week that aligns with your new belief, and drop it in the comments as well. Let's support each other, and I will drop my action step in the comments as well. Let's support and cheer each other on. So your subconscious mind is shaping your life whether you realize it or not. But now that you know how it works, you've got the power to change it. So there's no excuse. And I really hope that you learned something new in this video. And if this resonated with you, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And if you want more videos on rewiring your mind or becoming more confident, remember to subscribe. In my next video, I'll show you the exact confidence building habits I've used to overcome fear. So don't miss it. See you next time. Thanks so much for watching.